Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? So we've got a new book today, and it's called Mr. Burke is Berserk. All right, let's get started. Eyeballs on. Chapter 1, The Big Race. My name is AJ, and I hate school. And I hate ice cream. Actually, that's not true. I love ice cream. In fact, it's one of my favorite things in the world. I was just pulling your leg there. No, I wasn't doing that either. If I was pulling your leg, I would actually be taking your leg and pulling on it. Why would anybody want to pull on a leg? That's just a weird thing to do. Speaking of weird things, last week, the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. When I got to school, our groundskeeper, Mr. Burke, was sitting out on the playground on a riding lawnmower. Well, that's not the weird part, because Mr. Burke sits on the riding lawnmower all the time. The weird part was that right next to him was Mr. Klutz, sitting on another lawnmower. All the kids gathered around to see what was going on. I went over to my friends, Ryan, Michael, Neil, and Alexia. "What's going on?" I asked. Michael said, "Mr. Klutz and Mr. Burke are going to have a lawnmower race." "The first one to reach the monkey bars wins," said Ryan. "Lawnmower races rock," said Alexia. "The loser has to pay the winner $1, said Neil, the nude kid. Mr. Klutz and Mr. Burke revved the motors of their lawnmowers and glared at each other. "Get ready to lose, pardner," shouted Mr. Burke. "I reckon I'm a-gonna give you a whooping you'll never forget." He talks funny. He had a toothpick in his mouth, too. What's up with that? "Kiss my grass," said Mr. Klutz. "You're going down, Burke." And that's when Andrea came over. She was with her equally annoying crying baby friend, Emily. "Hi, Arlo," said Andrea. She calls me by my real name because she knows I can't stand it. I didn't say hello to Andrea because I knew the guys would start teasing me and saying I was in love with her. "They shouldn't have dangerous races and gamble on school property," said Andrea. "It sets a bad example for children." "I agree," said Emily, who agrees with everything Andrea says or does. "Could you possibly be any more boring?" asked Alexia. Andrea stuck out her tongue at Alexia, and Alexia stuck out her tongue at Andrea. Emily stuck out her tongue at Alexia, and Alexia stuck out her tongue at Emily. Whenever somebody says something mean to you, always stick out your tongue. That's the first rule of being a kid. "I'm not boring. I just don't like violence," said Andrea. "What do you have against violins?" I asked. Everybody laughed, even though I didn't think I said anything funny. "Not violins, Arlo. Violence," said Andrea, rolling her eyes. Oh, Why can't a truckload of violins fall on her head? Our gym teacher, Miss Small, came running out in front of the lawnmowers carrying a big flag. "On your mark, get set, go," she yelled. She waved the flag, and Mr. Klutz and Mr. Burke took off. Next chapter, a seesaw battle. See you in a minute.